Start streaming. Please let me know when it's up.
Camera check right there. Check right. Yep, I see it. I see it right. I see it right now. Okay, I see the.
Okay, so we're good to go. Everything sounds good, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, so here we go. Um. All right. I hate this thing so much. What's going on, guys? It's JWax412. We're back with the Free to Play podcast. I know this shit is probably loud as hell right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this shit worked out. Real quick, we just want to give our shout out to the shooting, the people in Florida going through all that pain right now, the recent shootings. I'm fucking stuff already, guys. I can't get this shit to play with the PowerPoint. Damn it.
This shit is loud as hell right now. I'm sorry.
Is it loud? You know what? This shit's fucking up. I need to get better. I need to get this better. Anyway, guys, it's real quick. Yeah, No, we want to express our condolences though to the people in Florida, man. That's rough what they're going through now. It's a problem in this country. I think everybody on the panel can agree. It's something needs to be done. About the situation, man, it's happening way too often. 2018, we've already had a bunch of shootings. The death toll in Chicago is already ridiculous. But it's on a serious note, like I said, to express our condolences to the people in Florida who are going through that. So, what's going on, guys? Thank you for making it to the podcast. I'd like to introduce the members of the podcast first. So, first thing we'll do is Scorpio. You were here last week. Just let the people know who you are and.
So I'm Scorpio from England. I'm a self-professed casual gamer who currently owns a PS4, Xbox One, and 3DS. I'm also a huge film buff from silent and black white movies all the way to more recent releases. My other passions include cartoons, comics, and anime. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Scorpio06061988.
All right. Next up, we got Chariot Man Gaming.
Yeah. And what's up, everybody? This is Cherry Man Gaming. My channel is basically about I'm gonna talk about Nintendo, PlayStation topics, which I'm very I'm hilarious. I'm gonna be also having gaming streams. You can come through. Check out my channel, Cherry Man Gaming. I'm also on Twitter as Cherryman7. You come check me out. I also do other things on my personal sports and coaching.
Yep. He's got a very good channel. Very Nintendo focused, if that's fair to say. You do a lot of Nintendo videos.
Yeah. Yep. Yep, definitely.
Yo, Wax there? Damn, maybe we lost Wax.
Uh oh. Is J Wags?
We lost
Lord.
Wax.
Oh Lord.
It's gonna get
Right on live too.
yeah,
We
man.
live too. Oh
Yeah,
man.
He'll be back.
Yeah, listen, people. He be coming in just a moment. He'll be.
Yeah. So Cherry Man. So like you're a Nintendo guy, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I like all the consoles, but I'm a Nintendo fan.
Give me 1 second, guys. For some reason. So my computer seems to be fucking up on me. Wow. Unbelievable. What's going on, everybody in the chat? You can't hear me? Holy fuck. Mike's working on here. No desktop audio. Wow. I don't know what the fuck. Man. That ain't that just my luck. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. Okay, so let me make sure I got you guys' audio back up. Thanks to everybody in the chat for bearing with that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, now everything's back up. God damn it, man. You don't understand how much I was raging over here. Raging. I'm like, really? I set shit all day. I set this up, and now OBS ain't going to work on me? Oh, thank you for holding it down. I'm sorry. Did you finish your intro there, Dirt?
I didn't know. I ain't even say nothing.
Okay. Yeah, finish your intro, man. God damn it.
No, I'm just saying this is Dirt Gregory, just a Xbox dude who also enjoys the PlayStation. I don't really like Nintendo much, but I just like to talk about video games. That's it, man.
Man, oh man. Oh, good stuff. Thank you guys for staying in there. Okay. Okay. So thank you to everybody who's watching right now live, or if you're watching this pre-recorded. Thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I hear myself in the background. Someone had the volume up on their computer or something. Or that's just me. Oh my god. Yeah, I hear myself in the background. Echoing. Maybe that's, I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, the first thing we're gonna talk about is Burnout Paradise. Now, as you guys know, they were remaking Burnout Paradise for Xbox One and PS4. The game originally came out in 2009. And if anybody's not familiar with it, what I'm going to do real quick is show a trailer and just let me know if the audio is too loud, because I'll change the audio up. Actually, no, god damn it, I'm all fucked up now. The first thing we're going to talk about is Black Panther. I'll tell you, I'm so upset right now, man. I'm trying to get together here. First thing we're going to talk about, last week went so much smoother. The first thing we're talking about here is Black Panther. Now, as you guys know, Black Panther came out, what, about, is it opening weekend last weekend? I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe Dirk Griggity has seen it, and so has Scorpio, correct?
Yep.
Okay, now if anybody's been living under a rock and don't know what Black Panther is, you want to explain to them what it is there, Scorpio?
Basically, he was in Civil War, so he was like the king of Wakanda.
I have seen gods fly. I've seen men build weapons I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, I probably can't hear you right now. I'm just showing it. I'm just showing the trailer a little bit.
But I have never seen anything.
Oh man. Bear with me, guys. I will get better at this. I'm trying to make these podcasts more in depth, though, more involved, than just talking. But the movie itself looks fantastic. I have not seen it myself yet, but just watching the trailer gets me fucking hype for this. So it looks fantastic. I'm sure people in the chat have seen it too. But the villain looks great. I forget what's his name in real life. The villain, the protagonist, Michael B. Jordan. That's right. Yeah. He looks like he did a great job. Is that audio too loud, guys, for the trailer?
It's great.
Okay, perfect. Look at that. Oh, this shit. I get goosebumps watching this trailer, man, for real. Music and shit. Everybody's probably like, oh, we already seen this shit. We already seen the movie. We already seen the trailer. It is hype as fuck. This trailer is better than Justice League.
I think Justice League was that bad.
Nah, it wasn't that bad. I'm just making a joke, but the trailer does look. I mean, the movie does look fantastic. All right, that's hype as fuck. All right, so we'll go back to this. Okay, so we'll start with Scorpio. How did you feel about the movie, man? About Black Panther?
So I thought it was a 10 out of 10 movie.
10 out of 10.
Some of the best villains of any of the MCU movies.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger is like the main villain. Amazing. Like you actually kind of like saw his motivations. You actually like cared for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Winston Duke, who played a character called M'Baku, he was really good as well. He's going to be an important character moving forward because in the comics he becomes a character called Man-Ape, and he's like a future villain of Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be in Infinity War and possibly, hopefully, a Black Panther sequel as a future villain.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll be a sequel. Already topped the box office and shit. But okay, Dirt, what was your opinion on the movie?
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie, man. You know what? Killmonger was such a cool villain. Like Scorpio said, he actually had a backstory. There was some parts you kind of understood, why like he was so upset. The special effects were great. The acting was great. I loved everything about the movie. Because the story kind of started in was it Civil War, when his father got killed.
War. Mm-hmm.
That's where the Black Panther story kind of started as far as the MCU. And I think if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. As a black man, I think it's a big deal because it's a big movie. It's not like a little small movie like Spawn. Spawn in the '90s or Blade. Those were quality movies, but this movie is really a big deal, and I loved it. Chadwick Boseman was a great Black Panther, and I can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Like I said, I have not seen it yet. I know it's a big thing. It's a big moment for Black culture, as you said, having a Black superhero. Officially on the big screen, as you said before, there have been other Black superheroes like Spawn and Blade, I guess you could say. But this is the true, in my opinion, the first big deal, yeah. And it's also in Black History Month, so it is a big deal in the comic book universe. So just in general, it's killing the box office right now. I think they're setting records, correct? It's in the top 10 movies of all time right now, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Right, and it's only been out for a week. That is absurd. It's probably going to continue to break more records. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it. I think I might go see it this weekend. Anybody else have anything to say about Black Panther? I mean, it's pretty unanimous that the movie, for the most part, everybody I've talked to said it's fantastic.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the big standouts were Dane Gurira as Okoye, who's the Dora Milaje, like the king's personal bodyguard, and also Letitia Wright, who played Shuri, who's Black Panther's younger sister, and the Wakandan Peggy. I thought those two characters were amazing.
Yeah, that's why I hear as well. I hear the supporting cast was great as well. The whole movie itself, just from the actions, from the fight scenes to the dialogue to the villains, everything about the movie I've heard so far is ridiculous. Okay, all right, good. I'm definitely gonna go check it out. Okay, so the first topic. The first topic here. You guys have heard that Burnout Paradise is getting a remake for current consoles.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I believe the original one came out in 2009, 2010 on the Xbox 360 and a PS3, I believe, or was it exclusive to Xbox 360? So both platforms. Okay, if anybody's unfamiliar, which they're probably not. Nah, I'm not gonna show the trailer. I had a trailer enough for it, but the trailer's pretty sick. They got Guns N' Roses playing. I'll show it real quick. Fuck it. So they got the trailer for the new, we're supposed to have 4K assets and all this other shit. Fully remastered. Like I said, this is going to be available on Xbox One and PS4. It's supposed to be 4K 60 on a PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. I hope that's true. But it looks great. Visually. They're showing actual gameplay here. It looks fantastic. I get amped for this song too.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good, man. We'll say it looks good. We all know Burnout's all about the crashing and shit too. So it includes all the DLC from the year. It should include all the DLC, so that's good. Okay, that's enough. But yeah, the game looks fantastic. So we'll start off with Dirk Griggity. What I not mean to put that sound in there. What is your opinion about Burnout Paradise being remastered for the Xbox One and PS4 for a price of I think it's $40. I read somewhere it's $35. I believe it's $40.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love the Burnout series, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my personal opinion, this is not the best Burnout game.
I would agree.
Revenge was my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
But this game is okay. I think it should be maybe $30 to $20, not 40.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's cool that they had all the DLC and everything. I read a tweet from Ryan McCaffrey, and he kind of hit the nail right on the head. This is the open world Burnout game. But in today's times, with a game like Forza Horizon 3, maybe this game isn't going to be as good as we remember it, even with the enhanced graphics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Play a game like Forza Horizon 3, you're going to say, whatever, Burnout, whatever. So I think the price should have been at least $20, just my personal opinion. And I might pick it up. I might play it on EA Access, but I can't, I'm not really that hyped.
Yep. I would agree with you. What are your thoughts on it there? Anybody else have any thoughts on it? They want to speak on this at all?
Yeah. Now, I like the fact that they're bringing out Burnout Paradise for $40 for all the current gen consoles. But EA, man, they still have a grudge. It's one console. There's no way they cannot put this on. I'm not trying to make this a debate about this, but this is a good game. Why the hell Nintendo Switch don't got this game? What the hell?
Listen. That's because the Switch is garbage. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so we're not gonna turn it to a debate. But the Switch, this game probably would work on a Switch. Of course, visuals wouldn't be as good. It definitely wouldn't be able to do 4K 60, which is essentially what they're charging here for, because they're boasting it comes with, all the DLC. It's like, well, it should. This game came out in 2009, so it better have everything that was included with the game. I said, it looks good. I think the major push here, and I think I agree with Griggity about this, is it shouldn't be $40. It should be about $20. I think they're charging you $40 to what looks like to be solely just because it's 4K 60. Because this is the Xbox 360 game, so there's no reason they couldn't add it to the backwards compatibility list and let you play it on there if you already own the game. But, and then the other thing was, if you guys heard about this for Burnout Paradise, was there was a thing on Twitter, something online from EA that posted that there were going to be microtransactions.
Oh boy.
And then they said real quick, oh no, that was a mistake, that was false. Like, yeah.
That mistake.
If they would try to put microtransactions in a almost 10-year-old, almost decade-old game like this, ooh. What are your thoughts about this, Scorpio? You look forward to this game? Do you are you familiar with the Burnout series?
Yeah, I used to like the Burnout series. I prefer Takedown and Revenge than this Burnout Paradise. Just for me personally, like I won't be buying this remake. So I just feel it's kind of unnecessary because the original is actually backwards compatible now. They already kind of did an enhancement Burnout the Ultimate Box, which had new modes and vehicles, including motorbikes.
Damn, Scorpio. Or Chariot Man.
Yeah. Well, about the microtransactions?
Nah, I see people in the background of your work. But yeah, okay, I agree with what Scorpio said. But yeah, this game altogether, $40 for a 10-year-old remake. This is getting a little more flack than it should, I think. Shadow Colossus just released for $40, and that game is 12, 13 years old. So, and it didn't get any, it didn't get any flack at all for being an old game that releases. And this game's also getting enhancements, the 4K 60 treatment. Which, yeah, true. It's additional. Like I said, this game will be released on Xbox One and PS4 March 16th, 2018. It'll include enhanced visuals and supposedly 4K 60 FPS support for both the Pro and the X. Supposedly, I say, because we all know how that goes. They say that, but it might not get there. It might be checkboard. Who knows? And other than the DLC being included, there are no additional features announced for this remake. So no additional cars, no additional tracks, nothing like that. No additional activities or missions. Nothing announced yet for it, and probably won't be. But in my opinion, I'll probably skip it. I would like to play it, but not for $40. I feel like there's plenty of other games that I could play and that I'm looking forward to more so than this game. Any other thoughts on Burnout Paradise?
Not really. It's just that damn transactions.
What's that? Oh, so the microtransactions?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. They took that away. They said, "Oh, that's not happening." If they try to do that, Cherry Man, I would flip the fuck out. They are the last company, like Dirt said, man. They are the last company that can talk about anything about microtransactions, especially since they just said that they're bringing them back for Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Right.
They are the last company. Okay, so everybody good on that? Everybody said what they want to say about Burnout Paradise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about here is Google Yeti. Now, if you guys heard about Google Yeti, apparently Google is trying to get into the video game market. They see how much money is being generated, the billions and billions of dollars. Gaming has become a gigantic industry. It's even bigger than movies nowadays. It is on top as far as entertainment purposes go. So, Google Yeti, what we know so far is it'll be a game streaming service similar to PSN Now and Netflix. The same kind of formula. You pay a monthly fee or a subscription service, then they have games in that library that you can stream via the internet. Google is apparently working on its own hardware to stream these games via the internet, so we do not know too much about it yet. What are you guys' thoughts about Google Yeti so far?
Well, I'm kind of curious what they're going to do as far as software. I'm pretty sure Sony won't let them use any of their games. Microsoft probably wouldn't either. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I don't know how Microsoft is nowadays. But so where they gonna get like old games, kind of like you remember that service, Game Tap? They had a whole bunch of Sega games, just some like Neo Geo games. So I'm kind of curious if they're gonna make their own software streaming service. So I guess we have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's
But
definitely
it's so interesting.
it's definitely early. Yeah, it's definitely wait and see. Approach here. We don't know too much about it. It's piqued my interest. I have a lot of questions. Are they going to compete with Sony and Microsoft as far as hardware? Are they going to make their own games? Are they going to have third party support? Major third party support. We don't know too much about it yet, but it's a lot to a lot of information here. It's still early. We don't know too much about it, but what are your thoughts about it, Cherry Man? How you feel about Google supposedly getting to how supposedly they are trying to? How you feel about them trying to break into the video game market?
I think it's pretty interesting that they get into the gaming industry because Atari's even coming back into the gaming industry. I know Atari Box is getting back into the gaming, so I think it's good. There's more competition means more. All these other companies have to step up their game, and I'm interested to see what Google Yeti can do.
Yeah, I'm always for more competition, man. But I gotta tell you, Cherry Man, I don't think that Atari Box is happening. I don't think it's happening, man.
That's that bullshit right there.
They said it was up for pre-order, then they said it wasn't because they had to fix something. The whole thing's funded by Indiegogo. Atari's being weird in general, man. They're crowdfunding Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't know what Atari. I don't want to talk about Atari, but Scorpio, you got any opinions on this? Google Yeti.
So I was just gonna say, like, I feel like Google Yeti and with the Atari box, it's just gonna be something that just falls into obscurity in the end, like the Steam box and the Wii Kickstarter box before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I said, man, I have a lot of questions. About this Blue Yeti this Google Yeti. It has definitely piqued my interest, and I'm curious to know exactly what it's all about.
Yeah.
And Google's like, it's weird. You guys are gonna see this late, so hold on. Like I said, a lot of questions I have about this box. Okay, so what kind of hardware can we expect? Is it gonna be something? Is it gonna be a streaming box? Is it gonna be something with actual specs in it, like actual graphics card, RAM, processor power, something like similar to the X or the Pro? We don't know yet. Will it have its own controller, or will we be able to use a different controller, possibly the Xbox controller, or whatever controller you want? What games can we expect from this service? As I said, are they gonna make their own games, have exclusives? Are they gonna be in talk with third-party developers? Are they gonna try to buy up their own studios? We don't know yet. How much will the service cost? That's a good question because we just know Xbox Game Pass is releasing, it's $10 a month with their first-party titles, so cost is going to play a big factor. And then what exactly is Google's plan concerning the game industry? And what I mean by that is, what do they want to do here? Are they trying to challenge and rival directly the big three, or are they just trying to get a little piece of the pie? We don't know yet. But does anybody else have any other thoughts on the Google Yeti?
I think those are some valid questions that you're asking because we know, like, if this is going to happen, it's obviously far away, and these questions we have no idea. But the questions are good questions. Like, are they trying to get a piece of the pie? I believe they're probably trying to get a piece of the pie right now. But Google they do have enough money to compete. So.
That's a good point. Yeah, because I believe their pockets are deeper than Microsoft's.
Yeah, they got enough money to compete. So
right, yeah. So like that's a good point. If they really wanted to, if they're really serious about it, they could bring something out that I'm not saying that would absolutely whoop the X, but they could bring something out that to definitely compete and make Microsoft go, oh shit. Now the only thing Google doesn't have as far as gaming goes is brand recognition, and people know who Google is, but not when it comes to gaming. So that'd be the only, in my opinion, the only obstacle they have to overcome is get people serious. All they have to do is bring out some crazy powerful device or something very innovative that offers you the third-party games plus their own exclusives. People would take notice, and gamers would, in my opinion, and me personally, I'd buy it if they had all those things at launch. But we'll see. Like I said, it's still very early. We don't know too much about it, but it's definitely a very interesting topic in gaming. But okay, now the next one. This is the one that Dirk Griggity, I'm sure, has been waiting on. For the people, Dice. God damn it, Dice had their keynote event, or whatever you want to call it, that Dice event, and Phil Spencer spoke during the keynote, and he talked about a lot of things, not very much of it game related. But if you have not, if for people in the audience who have not seen the clip or do not know what I'm talking about, he spoke about a couple keynotes here. He talked about racism and discrimination in the gaming community. He wants all gamers to get along and calls for, and he wants is inclusivity.
Sorry.
Yeah, our boy Cherryman's at work, so you got people in the background. It's cool. But he talked about a lot of stuff. Like I said, he wants everybody to come together. He told some stories about why he got into the gaming industry. He told a big story. It was actually a good speech about negativity in the gaming industry and things like that. But the one thing he didn't touch on was no mention of new IPs. Really, one of the things he really emphasized on was he wants everybody in gaming to come together. He praised Sony. He praised Nintendo. That's it in a nutshell. He said a lot. He said a lot of things, different things pertaining to a lot of different things. But I wanted to get what's your analysis on this conference here, Dirt.
Well, first off, I don't know why people was expecting him to mention something about some new IPs. Obviously, this is not the platform for that. But something that he mentioned in the first 15 minutes really caught my interest when he talked about the start of the generation when he became head of Xbox and how the morale was down at Microsoft. They dropped the Xbox One and they didn't do a good job of it. They lost the market share. It was really interesting stuff what he was saying. And I know we all know what happened in 2013, how Microsoft shot out of the box and they screwed up really bad.
Yeah, bad. It was bad. Yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad.
And it was interesting to hear him say that when he got in that position, he had to gain their trust back. It was difficult because he said the employees, they didn't trust management anymore. They didn't. I forgot the term that he used, but I'm paraphrasing here. But he pretty much said they didn't trust them anymore, and he had to gain their trust back. And I thought that was interesting to see where they were then. I mean, they're still far behind, obviously, as far as sales go, but there's a little bit more swag to them now. They're a little bit more confident, just in my opinion. So to hear him say those things, because they really haven't really said that they were struggling at that point. I mean, even though everyone knew they were struggling, to hear him say that there was some struggles at Microsoft during that period was kind of good to hear. So that's the one thing. That's the first thing that caught my attention.
Yeah, he said. I believe the quote was the company needed to reboot. Correct. Yeah. He said they needed to reboot internally. Yeah, he didn't. He talked about their problems in the beginning generation. He didn't name them specifically. He didn't say like DRM or all the other shit. Yeah, he didn't name that. But one thing, the biggest problem, he said, I didn't have too big a problem with this. I know like this wasn't the place. Nobody was expecting him to announce new IPs. I don't think it's any secret that Xbox is in need of some different games as far as new experiences, new IPs. That's not. I don't really think that's not really up for discussion. No, everybody knows that. But I think a big problem people have with this is people feel that Phil Spencer he's not competitive enough, right? He's not. He wants everybody to get along, and he doesn't want. He calls for inclusivity. He wants everybody to come together, gaming to come together as a whole, and it sounds good in theory, right? Right. But the only problem with this is, he was saying, how he liked games like, he said this, Uncharted and Mario and shit like that, right? And, and he's a gamer and he said some real shit there, but I think people's problem was, is your competitor isn't going to say that. Like, you'll never, ever hear the head of PlayStation get on stage and say, oh, great games like Halo and Gears, or Nintendo say great games like, Recore. No, they would never ever say that. It's the same way you wouldn't hear Coke talking about praising Pepsi. You wouldn't hear Chevy praising Ford. Same sort of mentality. Your direct competition. So I think a lot of people feel as though he's given up as far as being competitive. We all know they're down this generation. They're doing bad compared to their competition in hardware sales, software sales. So I think a lot of people are just upset with the fact that almost they feel like he's conceding in the quote unquote console war. Would you agree with the analysis, or?
Well, Yes, kind of. The one thing I think people just fail to mention how Microsoft owns Havoc, they own Minecraft, so they're making money off of something. Now, I'm not saying that he should flat out go out there and promote Uncharted, and I think the bigger picture was he was to talk about gaming in general.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he mentioned Halo also. I think the console war stuff. Listen, Wags, but you know me on my videos well enough to that. I kind of like the console war, but the console wars are kind of over, bro. It's like we talk about it, we indulge in it here and there, but at the end of the day, PlayStation won this generation, man.
Yeah.
There's really nothing
Yeah.
we can say about that. But I think I don't think it's that big. Just my personal opinion. He's not a pit bull. He's not a pit bull like some other heads of other companies. It is what it is. I know we might want him to be a little bit more aggressive. That's not who he is. I mean, that's all I can
Nope.
say.
He talked a lot about gaming, transforming to another dimension, and you get lost in gaming, and it's cool how you can talk to some guy from North Korea, and you're in America, and you guys get together, make relationships on the internet. All that stuff I agree with, but I think that's people's biggest problem is they feel like he's like you said, not aggressive enough, conceding the competition. He's praising games like Uncharted, and that's just him being an actual gamer, man. He's actually giving credit where credit is due. Now, like I said, a lot of the Xbox people especially hated that. They hated that he even mentioned Sony or Nintendo. But in my opinion, it was for gaming in general. It was a good speech. Now, if you want to look at it from a competition aspect, like I said, as far as competition goes, I don't agree with you, saying you like games like Uncharted and shit like that. But it is what it is. People are still mad he didn't mention no new IPs, but as I'm gonna say again, I didn't expect any new games to come out of this conference itself. We're gonna wait on E3 for that stuff. But anybody else have any opinions on this?
I think what I take from what I'm hearing right now from reading that, I get what that Phil Spencer's coming from. He wants to bring gamers together. He wants everybody to enjoy games without bickering and fighting on each other anymore. I mean, you probably could do it for fun, but I think he wants games to be together. He also, if obviously you still got the E3, so I don't know why people getting upset over him about new IPs and everything. E3. E3's gonna come with IP.
I'll tell you what though. If E3 comes and we don't see nothing new, I'm gonna flip the fuck out again because I'm not. I have the X-Men. It's like I'm playing the third party games, but I'm not waiting another year for the games are coming.
I agree. I agree. Man.
Fan, if they don't announce shit at E3, I'm going to do a J-Wags rant. I'm telling you. If they don't
oh yeah, just wait, man. They better. I don't care if it's one goddamn game. They better announce something. They need to bring something. This shit isn't. I bought the X. I invested $500 in it. I want a game that's going to take full advantage of this console. I want something. People keep saying, "Well, it takes time to make games." They fucking had this whole generation. I mean, we got Recore, which
I like Recore.
Griggity.
But they haven't announced a new Wags. They haven't announced a new IP in 2 E3s. It's time.
Right. I don't want. As much as I love Gears, I don't want other Gears. I don't want Halo 6 or Halo 7. What's the new one? Halo 6. If there's a new one, is it 6 or 7? I don't know. I don't want a new Halo. I want some new shit, man. I want some new experiences. I want some creativity from Microsoft, man. That's just me, but I'm tired of waiting, man. Now that I actually bought the X, I want them to take advantage of this shit, man. I want to see some new shit. Now, games right now, third-party games that are enhanced for the X look great. And a big example of this, people might call me, say it's a bad example, but I play Fortnite a lot. I think it's a fantastic game. I think it's well optimized. I play Pubg as well. Pubg has a little more problems, but they're different games in different regards. They have the same premise. But I played Fortnite in 4K, the enhanced version on my Xbox One X, and I also played it on the PS4 Slim, and holy shit. It is like night and day, man. I couldn't even play the PS4 version. I'm like, this is ooh. The Xbox One X version blew my mind as far as just the details, the graphics, anti-aliasing, everything about it, man. Looked 100 times better than the base version. But anyway, go back to this whole thing about Phil. The one thing he did say, I put in the slideshow here that kind of threw me off. I listened to it and I was like, who the fuck said this? Maybe it's just me. I never heard this, but he said, this is a quote from Phil. Harry Potter is proven to make audiences more empathetic to minorities, as they sympathize with the struggle of Harry, Ron, and Hermione against discrimination. Now, is he talking about? When he says minorities, is he talking about black people? He's talking about
I guess like muggles or whatever.
No, but he's saying yeah, that's a quote from him. Yeah, that's a direct quote from him in his covers. Harry Potter is proven to make audiences more empathetic to minorities. So if I take that as he's saying the Harry Potter makes people more they empathize more with the black community, and I was like, I don't agree with that statement at all. I don't think I've seen Harry Potter, and I don't think any person walks out of the theater and goes, the struggle of the I'm guessing he's talking about minorities. He's referring to black people because I'm just guessing that. But
I think J.K. Rowling recently came out and said that Hermione was actually black. God!
What? Say that again.
Like J.K. Rowling has turned around and said that apparently Hermione was black in the books.
Oh man.
Well, if that's what he's talking about, but he said I don't know. But I thought that statement was kind of ridiculous. I think that was a good thing to say. I don't think anybody's watched Harry Potter and then start thinking about Black history. I don't. Anyway, not to get too political on that, but what do you guys think about that little statement?
Oh my God. Why is he mentioning minorities? Minorities got to do with games, man. Why are you mentioning?
Well, he's talking about another thing he touched on was racism in gaming, as far as like people on Xbox Live or PSN could be, as far as like
Definitely.
if you whooping somebody's ass, they start calling you racial slurs, maybe the N word and stuff like that. Yeah, he's talking about getting rid of that though, man. You're never gonna be able to get rid of that. It's never gonna go away. You could try to minimize it, with banning people and whatever else, but that's something that's never, as much as we want it to go away, it's something that'll always be in this world, man. Unfortunately,
that's a part of life. That's a part of life, and it's gonna be you can't really get rid of it. I mean, you could, like you say, you could try with banning people for a certain amount of days, but they do that now. So I don't know what they're gonna do in the future to stop it.
Yeah, but it almost sounded like he was running for office or something during his speech. Like he was running for like a governor or president or something like that. And that's what we're talking about. That, but his speech made a lot of people react like this.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the hell are you talking
Yeah, that sucks.
Who are you talking to? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, so that's how a lot of people reacted to that speech, and I can't blame him. A lot of people expect to be gaming oriented, and he kind of went left, but he kind of spoke from the heart, and I'm not against it. Sometimes you got to do that, in my opinion. So next topic, Metal Gear Solid Survive. Now, God damn it, this fucking thing. Now, has anybody played this game yet? I have played the beta, and I will give my thoughts at the end here. But first, we'll go from Scorpio. Scorpio, have you played this game?
No, and I'm a big Metal Gear fan, but
Oh,
it just didn't appeal to
it's
me.
not Metal Gear. It has Metal Gear name. It's about it. How about Scorpio? Scorpio,
Yeah.
have you played this game?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chariot Man.
No, not really. I never heard it. I never really heard. But this is nothing like the Metal Gear from Liquid Snake and all that.
No,
It's Solid Snake, right?
it has the name, man. That's about it. It's more of a tower defense zombie survival game.
Oh, it's made from Kojima.
No.
Kojima.
Nope. Kojima has nothing to do with it. In my keynotes here, I'll just say this real quick. The release date was 2/2018, so a couple of days ago, it released for $40. Kojima had no involvement in this game. I actually put that in the slideshow. Seems to be a zombie fighting tower defense type of game, and it is filled to the brim with microtransactions. Now, I played the beta. I'll get Dirt's thoughts on it real quick, and I'll say my thoughts on the game.
Let me tell you something. I played the beta. Right? I downloaded it. Hey, let me play this. This game is absolute bullshit. I played it for about maybe 10 minutes. I couldn't get past the 10-minute mark. It's terrible, man. First of all, like you said earlier, it's not a Metal Gear game. For Konami to put the damn name Metal Gear on this game, it's bullshit. This is not a Metal Gear game, dude. This is some stupid ass game using the same engine for Metal Gear Solid 5. You're fighting these. Listen, man. I don't know what the hell is going on in this game, and it's terrible. Like I said, I only played for 10 minutes, so I'm going by my 10 minutes of play time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even crazy about Metal Gear Solid 5 personally, and this game should not have the Metal Gear name nowhere on it.
I'm actually a fan of the Metal Gear series, man. I was pissed off, of course, when that trailer, not a trailer, but remember that game came out? What was it called? 0 Hour or something? It was like basically a 2-hour goddamn beta for $40.
Yeah.
If I would have had a channel back in. But that was some bullshit, man. But I'm a fan of the Metal Gear series. I'm a fan of Metal Gear 5. I'm a fan of Metal Gear since the beginning. This is the first Metal Gear that Kojima has not been a part of. And essentially what they did was take the Metal Gear name and slap it on something completely different. Because this game is not Metal Gear. It feels like Metal Gear as far as the mechanics go. Like I said, it's the same engine. But I played this game for about an hour, right? And my first impression is it felt cheap, in my opinion. You know, the graphics aren't terrible. They're not that good, though. All the enemies have little light bars above them. The movement feels very clunky, similar to Metal Gear 5, but it's just not... It feels so generic, if you guys know what I mean by that. It just feels like a generic game that no love was put into, man. It just feels very lazy to me. It feels kind of very cash grabby. Because of course people are going to see, people who don't follow as closely are going to see the Metal Gear name and assume it's a new Metal Gear game when it essentially has nothing to do with the Metal Gear universe. Actually, it does not at all. But to my next topic, though, this game is filled to the brim with microtransactions. Main thing being $10, $10 for an additional character slot. Now, what do I mean by that? If another person wants to create a character or essentially a different save slot, it will cost you $10 US. If someone wants to start over from scratch and create a new character, it'll cost you $10 US. And you buy these, they're called SV coins, Survive coins. And you can buy these in the eShop, or not the eShop, but PSN store and Xbox store. And you buy this currency and it translates to in-game currency. But yes, that is not fake. That is not. I'm not manufacturing this. This is true. If you want to make an additional character slot, let's say you buy the game. You're a father, Dirt. Let's say you buy the game, you create your character, and your son or daughter wants to create another save slot or character on your same profile. You have to pay an additional $10 for that to happen. So I will open up to the panel. Who wants to talk first about this? What the fuck is going on with this shit? This is absurd. That is ridiculous.
I think this is getting on the. Excuse me, this is getting fucking ridiculous with these damn microtransactions. I'm getting really fucking tired of these damn microtransactions. What is going on? You know what, man? This is really getting out of here. These companies are getting too freaking. And first of all, this Metal Gear adventure, this thing is an insult to Kojima because this is a total disgrace. It's not the same. You know what? I
Preach.
I can't. I'm done. I can't.
That's it. Sweet and to the goddamn point. All right, Dirt. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, man? Is this the first time you're hearing about this?
You say me?
I'm sorry. Is this the first time you're hearing about this?
Yeah, this specific microtransaction. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's others too, but this is the big one. Almost every game nowadays has different skins and whatnot, but this shit here, $10 for an additional save slot.
Hey, now I'm not against microtransactions like you are. Where
yeah, I know your stance on them.
Like as long as it makes sense, I'm not down for pay to win stuff. As long as it makes sense. But this shit right here, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I didn't make this shit up. You can look it up. You can fact check me if you want. This is absolutely 100% true, and they're getting a lot of flack for this. And I was gonna I still might make an individual video on this, but $10 for another save slot for a save slot, and people think I'm misinterpreting this. No, if you want to make another save slot, I don't care if you share the game through Xbox, even if it's like shared through your house. you know, and let's say you have like 5 Xboxes, you do game share through your internally through your house, you still have to pay an additional $10 for a save slot. Let's say you got a character, right, and you're like 3 hours in, you're like, oh, I didn't do this right, or maybe I wanted to do it differently, or change my character up, which you should have the right to fucking do because you bought the game. If you want to delete that character and start over, you have to pay $10 to do so. That is unacceptable, man. And I hope they eat this game alive. Reviews have not come out for this game yet, and it's been out for 2 days, which is weird, which makes me believe that Metal Gear didn't give out any review copies because they didn't want anybody to know what a piece of shit this game was out the gate. And they wanted everybody to buy it from the beginning and then watch the reviews. They didn't want to hurt the initial sales. This game, trust me, is going to be a goddamn bomb. It's a pass. It has nothing to do with the Metal Gear franchise. It is an insult to Kojima and everything they've done before. Metal Gear, we all know from the 90s. We love the series, but this shit is nothing. It does not deserve the Metal Gear name, in my opinion. Any thoughts on that, Scorpio?
Yeah, you know how this came about because they had the forward operating bases in Metal Gear Solid 5. They're like testing the waters. They gave you the first one for free, and then you had to buy more of them. So obviously enough people bought that they thought, we can do this with save files now.
Well, that's what it is, man, and that brings me to my next slide here. Where do we draw the fucking line? I've been saying this since I started YouTube channel up, and I know me and Dirk go back and forth a little bit on microtransactions, and I have said in the past, fine, if it's cosmetic and people want to be fucking dumb enough to spend their money, and when I say dumb enough, I mean like, if you want to buy a new outfit, we're all into gaming and shit like that. We all buy collectibles and shit like that. If you want to buy an additional outfit for $2-3, fine. A different, car, whatever it is, for a couple bucks, but these companies are getting egregious with it. Now, as I said, I'm a fan of Fortnite. I think the game, for what it is very well optimized. It's very fun. It's very addicting. It's very fun to play with friends. But even though that game is free to play, they still have a base game, but the Battle Royale mode is free to play. They have outfits on that game that cost $20 for one outfit. That is too fucking high, and it's the same thing with other games like Destiny. They have these microtransactions, and I feel the price for these microtransactions are way too high. I understand they have to make money. I understand games are costing more to make nowadays. They got to recoup some of the costs, but Activision made $4 billion last year on microtransactions alone, not season passes, not anything else, microtransactions alone. So companies are seeing that and saying, hey, people are buying this shit, so we're going to make it, right? So now that's why we see those every game. But something like this, that's why Star Wars Battlefront 2 got so much trouble, because if you try to make it affect the in-game, people are going to fucking grill you for it. But something like this too that we've had since the OG days, since save files started, memory cards, whatnot, since we were able to, not memory cards, but cartridges, since we had the ability to save a game, it has been there that we can create multiple save files, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, right? Slot A, slot 2, slot 3. But now they're trying, and they're dipping their toes in the water to see if people are fucking dumb enough to accept paying $10 for additional save slot. I can't get behind that at all, and I will never accept something like that. I don't care if it's 100 years from now. That should not be the norm. If you pay $4 for the game, you should be able to create fucking 30 save files, or however many save files the game allows you to make. I think this is something it's getting worse and worse, and this is proof that these companies will try anything to make extra money off you.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Wax? This specific one, this is seriously like Konami said, hey man, we don't give a fuck. Let's just throw that out there, see if anybody try it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, like this game was down arrival, man. People were talking shit about this game before it even happened, mainly because Kojima wasn't involved. But even when people first, I remember when I first saw the trailers, and other people did too. When we saw it was like zombies, and we're like, what the fuck is it? They're trying to follow like the Walking Dead hype train, and how big zombies have been for the past decade and stuff. It's like, no, dude, that's not Metal Gear. I understand you want to change the formula up a little bit, and make it your own, but you went completely fucking off the cliff. Like you went way to the left. Like you kept no resemblance to the originals at all, and paid no homage to the originals, man. So this game, like in my opinion, is DOA. I will be passing this game. Skip. I wouldn't pay $3 for this game. In my opinion. Hey, Jacob Walker, how you doing, man? He said EA lost $3 billion over Star Wars. Yeah, they lost a lot of money with that with their whole debacle here. But I will say this, Jacob Walker, they still sold 9 million copies, which is still good for any game. So So
off the name.
yeah, right. That's not the Star Wars they were alone. Yeah, so consumers didn't show them as much as we think we did. Now I do happen to believe that most of the people are either huge Star Wars fans or casuals that still bought the game after they heard everything. Because the game itself, Star Wars Battlefront 2, believe it or not, the game itself was actually pretty good as far as the gameplay. The graphics are fucking amazing. But they ruined it, man. They ruined it, and now the rumor is they might lose the EA might lose the Star Wars license, and I agree with that. I agree with that. Give it to somebody who will do it justice, man. That's how I feel about that. That's a good question, man. People were talking about Activision. I was like, no, because they're almost just as bad. Activision, Ubisoft possibly take it, but we really don't know who would be the best fit for it. But let me play this video real quick. How I feel about wrong one. Alright, this is a little anthem real quick. I don't know if y'all probably don't know who Twisted Sister is, but this is how I feel about this goddamn microtransactions and $10 for a save slot. We're not gonna take this shit. We're not standing for it. I think every gamer can agree with me on this.
Yep, I agree. I'm going to make a goddamn video about this. I'm getting tired of it now.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm hurting y'all. Y'all know I yell a lot. Yeah. Okay. So any more thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is Fortnite versus PUBG, and cue the music. Motherfuck. Cue the music. Cue the music. There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta get better at this. As we all know, this is one of the biggest competitions in gaming we've had it throughout the past couple years. Fortnite versus PUBG. Now, Fortnite it shows a similar premise. It is a battle royale mode, but with different elements. I can't hear myself talk through this song right now. Let me turn the song off. God damn it. I gotta fix that. Anyway, so Fortnite versus PUBG. Now, we all know what PUBG is. We all know what Fortnite is. There's no way you could possibly miss these games. Fortnite is probably the most popular game in the world right now as far as streaming goes and player count goes, and PUBG is a national phenomenon as far as most copies sold. They've been out for less than a year now, or a little over a year now, I think, and have sold, 30 million copies across 2 platforms, and the game is still in preview, so that's ridiculous. But PUBG versus Fortnite. So Fortnite is free. It's a free to play game with constant updates and additional free content. Now, PUBG is a $30 preview game that adds no new content so far on the Xbox version and has a price tag higher than its frame rate. That's just me taking a stab at PUBG. But yeah. So who here has played these games? Dirt, you played PUBG, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got a lot of hours in the PUBG.
Okay. Have you played Fortnite?
Absolutely. I would say I don't have as many hours into Fortnite because my friends that I play these games with, they don't like Fortnite. I think because of the graphics, because they're very casual. They only play shooting games, and they say, it looks cartoony. But I like Fortnite also, and when you play PUBG, then you go to Fortnite. The first thing you notice is how much smoother it runs than Fortnite. PUBG. But yeah, I love both of the games. I do like how
what up, King Thresh?
Vehicles, though. I do like the vehicle aspect in PUBG.
Well, you have to. That map's way bigger. There's no way to be able to traverse the whole thing on foot. But they said PUBG. I played both these games. I have a lot more time in Fortnite. I do own PUBG as well. People know I've been vocal about PUBG since the beginning. I feel that even though it's a preview game, I still feel as though the state it released in was unacceptable, even with the preview stamp. Now, PUBG and Fortnite are very different games with the same premise, right? So people will say that Fortnite ripped off PUBG, and which is probably, it's true. They saw success of PUBG, and they decided to rip off the model. But PUBG is not the one who started the Battle Royale game mode. There's games like H1Z1 and plenty of others that were doing it before PUBG. But But Fortnite, like I said, is different graphics, different art style, definitely, and then you have the building element. I will say it's definitely easier to pick up. Fortnite's not easy to pick up in general, but it's way easier to pick up than PUBG because PUBG requires, in my opinion, a lot more precise aiming, a lot more inventory management. There's a lot more elements to PUBG that make it harder, in my opinion, than Fortnite. Even seeing people in PUBG is harder. You gotta have good eyes. But the one thing I will say,
you seem to die a little faster in Fortnite, though, right? You die faster in Fortnite.
yeah, you have the shields to help you out and stuff like that. But
okay, maybe that's my fault. I know how to use
it all depends, man. In Fortnite, it depends on what weapon you get shot with, and there's a lot of different factors. But both of them, like I said, they get compared so much because they share the same premise, right? Battle Royale. Right. Drop 100 people into one map. Last one standing wins, or last team standing wins. Now, me personally, I love that model. I think it's something gritty about it, or something. It's so competitive, and it's such a good and rewarding feeling when you're the last one standing. You get the chicken dinner, or that number one battle royale. So my question for you guys is, these two games are being compared, but in my opinion, they are completely different games. They share nothing in common except for the general premise. So what are you guys' thoughts on which one's better, PUBG or Fortnite?
I think from what I'm seeing between Battlegrounds, it's hard to I never really play. I've seen them. Battlegrounds seem like a fun game. I think Fortnite they put. I mean, it's a lot of fight. I don't know what is. I think Battlegrounds is more realer. That's what I could say.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's definitely a more realistic, shooter. Now there's shit in there that's not real. Like this shit that it's, of course, it's a video game. It's a little outlandish. Like when you're flipping cars, and I can think of other couple situations that aren't exactly real, but it's definitely much more. Yeah, Fortnite. There's nothing real about Fortnite at all. Fortnite, you're fucking riding rockets and building skyscrapers in a matter of seconds. So there's nothing real about Fortnite at all. It's definitely cartoony. Definitely built for a less mature audience, and Battlegrounds has that mature audience there, and more. There's more tactics involved in Battlegrounds as well. More communications needed. Fortnite has a lot of those elements too, but PUBG definitely is the more tactical, real, simulation shooter. But I'm sorry, continue, Chariot.
I think that's about. Because I haven't really played the game, but from what I see, that's basically what I know. But I think you said Fortnite. I think it seems like it's free. It's a free game too. Like Fortnite's pretty free.
Yeah, well, Fortnite is free. Like I said, they did have a base game before this, so the groundwork was already essentially laid. But Fortnite, it is from a much bigger publisher. It's from Epic Games, so the game runs pretty goddamn flawlessly as far as the frame rate is pretty consistent. It feels buttery smooth when you play it. Now, if you compare that, if you play PUBG, you notice instantly that PUBG still has a lot of problems. Like I said, it still is in the preview stage. I'm using quotation marks here. It is finished on PC, but even on PC, it's not that well optimized. So I don't think it's going to be fully optimized for Xbox, even after they update it the whole way. The game as a whole is from Blue Hole Studios. It's a small Korean company. The game as a whole has a lot of bugs, glitches, rubber banding, frame rate issues, especially on Xbox. There's a lot of problems there. There's a lot of problems there, and it is hard to play at first. It's hard to get used to. It will give you a headache in the initial stages of it. The inventory management is a little tricky. You can definitely tell that it was made for PC. It was made with PC in mind, so transferring that to a controller is a little hard to get used to. And if you play the game, Cherry Man, you'll know what I'm talking about here. Dirt probably does. There's a lot of positives about PUBG, a lot of positives about Fortnite, but my thing here is, people like to go back and forth about these games. But like I said, besides the fact that it's a battle royale mode, these games, besides that, have nothing in common. They're completely different games for completely different audiences, and they're completely different experiences. So that's where I'll lay out the rest here. Like I don't think one is better than the other. I think Fortnite on a technical level is far superior, but as far as fun factor goes, they're both fantastic, especially with friends.
Yep, it's all about what you prefer. Me personally, I prefer PUBG because like I said, my friends that I play with on Xbox Live, they prefer PUBG because it's more realistic. But like you said, Fortnite runs so much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buttery smooth when you compare it to PUBG. Cause like I'll hop on PUBG on boys, and then we might lose 3 games in a row and get off the jump, like when we land, go fuck. let's play Fortnite. We'll see if our luck changes. And as soon as you go to Fortnite, man, you're like, damn, it just feels so much better. The controls are a lot tighter. If they could improve PUBG to the point where it's where it's running smooth like that, and that game would be epic. But here's my thing with PUBG, right? People are talking about this. You got Battlefield talking about a PUBG mode. People are talking about GTA. A studio with a lot more money, and a studio that has been doing this a lot longer. All it's going to take is for somebody to do this game right. To do it how it should have been from the beginning. What I mean, like fully optimized and much more customization, better vehicles, the better landscapes, wind effects, all this crazy other shit, right? And Battlegrounds will be a thing of the past, man. If someone could do it better than.
If Ghost Recon Wildlands did that with the same graphics, the same vehicles, but just put a battle royale mode in that game.
Oh yeah.
People be in trouble.
Yeah, because Ghost Recon looks and plays fantastic. I think that game was very underrated. A lot of people didn't like it, but I played the shit out of it. But that's all it's gonna take, man. For someone to do it right, and people are gonna start trailing off of PUBG. I can feel it. Like I said, they sold 30 million copies across Xbox and PC, and so that is $30 a piece. 30 times 30 million. That's $900 million. Where the fuck is this money going? I know they're updating it on Xbox here and there, but come on, man. This shit with all the resources and people say, oh, they're a small Korean studio. Not anymore, okay? You made $900 million. You can afford to hire a couple goddamn people.
900 million, damn.
Yeah, $900 million. Well, I know that's not what they made, but that's gross revenue just off of game sales alone. And they're a small Korean studio to begin with, so it's not like they had a lot of overhead to take care of it. It's not like they're, Blizzard or some shit like some huge or EA or some big multi-million dollar company. So I think they're all on the beach sipping what are they called, cojitos, whatever the fuck they're called, sipping some goddamn tropical drink and just hanging out. I think they made their money and they're not too concerned with getting this game done on time. Anyways, that's all we're going to talk about. Any more thoughts on PUBG and Fortnite?
Nope.
Okay, I know what time is that. I'm keeping you guys here. Okay, it's only been an hour. Okay, next topic. Now, Bayonetta 2. Now, I was going to show a trailer for this. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Bayonetta is. And to be honest, I got to figure out how to do this shit better because switching back from PowerPoint to the video I saved, it's goddamn nightmare. But Bayonetta 2 recently released for the Nintendo Switch February 17, 2018. The original game released exclusively for Wii U October 24, 2014. It's a $60 package that also comes with Bayonetta 1 through digital download. Now, has anybody here familiar with the Bayonetta series?
Oh yeah, me definitely.
Oh, I know you would be, Cherry, man. How about Dirt and Scorpio?
I played the first one and never played the second one because I didn't have a Wii U.
Right, yeah. Well, that's a lot of people didn't play it on the second one because they didn't have a Wii U. How about you, Scorpio?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never played either of them. I've seen that Bayonetta, the characters, been added to Smash Bros. So I've seen some videos of that. Though.
Yeah. So I guess Cherry Man is the one he probably knows a lot more about than I do. I'll be honest with you, I never played the first one. I just never checked it out. I never got around to it. There were so many games back then in the Xbox 360 era, just went on my radar, right? And then I heard about it back then, and then once I heard, because I remember the whole thing about it going to Bayonetta 2 being exclusive to the Wii U, and I remember a lot of people were pissed off because it was available on 360 and PS3. Then Part 2 was for some reason exclusive to the Wii U. I guess Nintendo bought them out or whatever. So a lot of people didn't get to experience Bayonetta 2. And I bought the package recently on Nintendo Switch, and I'm playing through Part 1 right now, and that shit is fire. That game is amazing, man. It is. If you're like a Devil May Cry fan or something similar to those series, like those beat 'em up action games, these scenes are over the top. Constant action, keep you on your toes. Bayonetta, this sounds weird, she's a digital character. Bayonetta's hot as shit. Bayonetta's thick as fuck, but I'm having a ton of fun with this game, man. And I've been playing Bayonetta 1. I'm about 4 hours into it, and they have already announced Bayonetta 3, and I'm already looking forward to playing 2 and 3. So what are your thoughts on the game, Chariot?
All I gotta say is, man, you never played Bayonetta 2 yet, right?
No, I'm only like 4 hours into Part 1, man.
My suggestion: just get through. Don't even touch Part 2 yet. Get through Part 1 first.
Oh yeah. That's my plan. Yeah.
Because I think I bought it. I had it for the Wii U, and a lot of people that didn't play, and I understand a lot of people have been. I mean, people have been raging, pissed off about Bayonetta 2 being on the Wii U. I mean, hey, at Microsoft, Xbox, Microsoft and Sony had a chance to have the game, and they blew it. They was asking them, but they rejected it. Because I guess they had a lot of games, so Nintendo took the opportunity. And the visuals look better. It's night and day. You can tell that it's a better. It's all I gotta say is just play Bayonetta 1. Anybody out there that never played Bayonetta 2, just get to part 1. If you play part 1, then you play part 2. I'm gonna rebuy it again though. I didn't want to, but I'm gonna rebuy it again for the Wii U.
Well, see,
for the Switch.
I'm excited you're saying that, man, because I'm playing part 1 and I'm blown away by part 1. But you're saying part 2 is like on another level, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot better. I mean, you the visuals. I mean, it's I mean, the only difference is you can see her hair's got cut. You know, she got a cut on her hair. But the first one is good. It's challenging. The second one is a little, it's a little less. I would say I'm gonna say it's not a spoiler. It's a little less challenging. It's good though. You're gonna see when you play it. It's about it's her. It's Bayonetta. I don't want to say. I don't want to spoil anybody. I know it's her and the other one. And,
yeah.
And the one is her and the other girl with the white hair.
Yeah, you're talking about.
You just got to play it. And the second one, that's when they become. I don't want to say too much about it. Y'all just got to play it. Great game, man.
All right, awesome. Yeah, like I said, I'm about an hour into it, man. I'm already loving this shit. Anybody have anything else to say about Bayonetta?
Yeah, I got something to say about this shit.
What? Dirk, go ahead.
I enjoyed the first one. It's actually backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
Okay.
I enjoyed the first one. Obviously, I never played the second one. I like Platinum Games. I like some of their work, especially action games. Well, that's mostly what they do, but the action games are pretty good. But are you guys overhyping this game a little bit? I mean,
what?
You said that.
What?
Well, okay, listen. Well, you guys said that Microsoft and Sony turned it down and they messed up. I don't think they messed up. The shit still didn't sell well. It's not like it's sold millions.
Well, I didn't say that, but I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you though, Cherry man, if
what the Wii U had, it's so pretty decent.
Well, I'm saying I'm saying if Xbox and PS3 turned down the opportunity to buy it, then I'm guessing it didn't sell very well on their platforms.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think 3 is gonna be that. I know Nintendo guys wanted 3 to be a big hit. It's not going to sell like Mario or anything like that.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I mean, I could. It's going to be. I'm not saying it's going.
You saying that Bayonetta 3 is going to sell close to what Mario sold?
I mean, you can't nothing compare to Mario. Everybody, Mario's going to sell regardless. Even Mario and Zelda tops. That's the tops of the line. I mean, I'm not claiming to know anything. I don't know everything, but I will hope that Bayonetta 3 sell a lot. That's what we all hoping for.
One thing we can say, and we know unequivocally, is that anything for the most part, besides the Wii U, that was the big mystery. Well, not mystery. We know why it didn't sell, but for us, since this generation, since the Switch came out, anything with a Nintendo label is selling like hotcakes. So. We will see. We will see. Some of the
always sell though. They're like Nintendo exclusive, even with the Wii U.
Oh yeah, and Bayonetta 3 is the only place where you can play this. So it's probably gonna sell a hell of a lot of copies.
But it's not a Nintendo game though.
No, it's not a Nintendo game, but like I said, but it's gonna be exclusive to their console though. So that's the only place you can play it is the Switch. So that's gonna drive the sales of the game even more. Some people might, no, because Bayonetta fans I'm sure already have a Switch for the most part. Anyway. That's all my thoughts on the game. I'm having fun with it, and so far it's fantastic. I'm kind of upset that I missed it, honestly, because I'm having so much fun with the first one. Now, are we overhyping it, Gregory? I don't think so, man. I think it deserves it, man. I think it's
Nope. I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all of it, man. It has so many different moves you can do, and items you can buy, and just different game mechanics and different enemy types. And I'm only 4 hours in, and it's already fucking nuts. So, and the story is pretty interesting so far.
They did make a hot though.
Oh yeah, she's fine. Yeah, but she's like 11 feet tall too, though. But
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. That's the one part that people are kind of getting on the game a little bit who aren't familiar with the series. Like I wasn't about how sexual this game is. No, I don't mind that. I don't give a fuck. But you got a lot of people. This generation nowadays pretty goddamn soft. But people are saying, "Oh, it's too sexual," and something about her getting raped in part 2, and I don't know, but. Yeah, but like if she does like a move, like she'll do like her finishing move, and her hair is her suit on the first one. So like she'll do a finishing move, and all her hair comes off her body and makes like this big dog, and she's butt naked. Like you can see it, she's butt naked. But anyways, yeah. So a lot of people have a problem with the nudity, but it's video games, man, and the game is rated M for mature for a goddamn reason. So next topic. Okay, so next topic. This will be the last topic of the day. Just games releasing in March 2018. So we got a lot of games coming out in March. A lot of games come out in February, but March we got some of the key titles are Sea of Thieves, Agony, A Way Out, which A Way Out looks very interesting. It's a co-op game about escaping prison. MLB 18 The Show, exclusive to the PS4. Kirby Star Allies for Nintendo Switch. Boo. I'm just fucking with you, Cherry. Far Cry 5. And Bravo Team for PSVR. Those are some of the keynotes here, but the whole list is on the screen now. You got Final Fantasy, Royalty Edition. You got Devil May Cry HD Collection, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. What other? Pure Farming 2018. I can't believe people are buying them games. And like I said, the list is on the left here. But so my question to you guys is, what is out of this list I got on the screen here? What is your most anticipated game of March?
Well, I'll start off. For me personally, I know you guys would assume that me being an Xbox guy, I would say Sea of Thieves. Right?
Same here.
Well, you know what? I am looking forward to Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
I'm not gonna sit here and say crazy. Listen, hold on. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was crazy about the beta, but I did play with some randoms and it was okay. So Sea of Thieves, but I'm also looking forward to Far Cry 5. I gotta admit, Far Cry 3 was great. I wasn't that crazy about Far Cry 4, and I didn't get a chance to play Primal.
Oh, Primal is trash. Don't even.
Yeah, that's kind of why I assumed. Really sparks my interest. One, because you don't have to climb the damn towers anymore. That was the one thing I hated about Far Cry 3. Towers, you had to crawl up to the top of them and hit that button and all that crap. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Far Cry 5. Also, A Way Out looks very interesting.
Yeah, Way Out looks something different, man. We haven't seen before. It looks to be a good co-op game. I'm going to find some way to play it with me from start to finish because it's apparently.
That's right, because you have to play with somebody. Right?
Yeah, because like you can see their screen, so it's like a split screen, your screen, and you guys have to work together. I'm not sure. I know. I think your brothers are best friends. You got to find your way out of the prison somehow. I don't know too much about it honestly, but I do know it's strictly co-op. Though you have to play with somebody.
Hey, Wags, but didn't they say only one person actually have to buy the game? I could have sworn I read that.
If that's
somewhere.
true, that's another goddamn bonus. I'd be surprised if that's what it is. Yeah. But who makes A Way Out? I don't even know who's.
The same folks that made Brothers, Tale of Brothers or something like that. It was an indie game.
Yeah, okay.
EA is
What
EA is part of it.
Oh fuck! There's no way. Then if you buy one copy, you can both play. There's no way.
Well, I thought I read that somewhere. I could be wrong.
If it's EA, I put my house on it. That's not the case. But and then Sea of Thieves, man. Like I said, people, you got some Xbox guys, some dedicated Xbox guys that are saying this is their most anticipated game of the year, and Red Dead 2 comes out this year.
Nah, I can't say the year, bro. I can't say
Spider-Man and shit like that, but yeah, they said Sea of Thieves was
God of War,
yeah.
Game. I can't
God
say
of War, yeah. But Sea of Thieves, man, like I said, I played it a little bit. I by myself, which people are saying that you can't do that because it's not gonna be fun. Yeah. But I would never, honestly, even if it let's say it's a blast, man. I don't have a problem with the art style, but I just don't. It doesn't appeal to me personally. But I'll tell you what though, with the introduction of Xbox Game Pass, I'll give it a try. I'll try it again. Yep, $10 a month. First party. Let's talk about that real quick. Just really quick. Xbox Game Pass, man. I haven't talked dirt about this, but that is a goddamn deal, is it not?
Hell yeah, it's great, man.
I don't know how anybody's hating on that, man. $10 a month for 100+ games and their future first party titles day of release.
Yeah,
That
I
is
have no problem.
how can anyone be mad about that? You got Xbox people that are saying, "Oh, it's bad for the brand and how they can make money."
Console
Fuck.
war stuff.
Yeah, I don't give a
It's all
fuck.
console
This
war
is
stuff.
good for me. I'm sure Xbox has crushed the numbers. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. They have accountants and shit for this, so I'm sure they've taken numbers into consideration, and they're not planning on losing money on this subscription service. But like, look how big Netflix is. You know how much money they make. You know, they see profitability in this, but I don't really care about that. Like I said, I'm gonna play Sea of Thieves day one. I'm gonna play State of Decay 2 day one. I'm gonna play all the other games day one for a fraction of the cost. Plus, there's a whole other library of titles that I would never play to begin with, probably that I can try out now. Fantastic deal, man. It's $120 a year. People think that's too expensive for some reason, but in my opinion, man, let's say you buy Xbox One, right? For $200. You buy Game Pass, you're good to go. If you're like a casual gamer, you're good to go with Game Pass.
Yeah,
you already got 100 plus games in your catalog.
Yeah, man. Game Pass is perfect for that parent that
Yeah.
just buy a kid an Xbox One S and say, "Here, take
Yeah.
this Game Pass. You have a choice of a whole bunch of different games."
Yeah, that's what my buddy does. He plays a lot of games, but he buys, of course, like a lot of adult
Yep.
games for his Xbox. He's playing Pubg and shit, and he has on his other Xbox, he has Game Pass for his son, and his son is 6 years old. He's happy as can be. He has a plethora. Imagine if
Yep.
you were 6 years old and had 100 plus games to play. When I was 6 years old, I had like 3 cartridges that I had for like a whole year.
That was it, bro.
Yeah, you had to wait till it was your birthday or something to get a new game. You play the same
Your
game.
birthday
You
or
beat
Christmas.
the same game. I must have beat Super Mario 3 fucking 15 times. But so what's your most anticipated game of the year, Cherry? Or of this month in this list, Cherry man?
Yeah, my most anticipated games that I like entering Sea of Thieves, the way up. I want to see what Kirby the Star Allies is
I
because
knew you were gonna say that. I knew it. No. You gotta understand, Dirt. You don't know Cherry Man, Dirt. You don't know Cherry Man, but he posted a picture on Twitter earlier today. He was eating goddamn Mario cereal. So he's a
I saw you post that, so that was his picture.
yeah. He's like, oh,
Okay.
I'm about to munch on this Mario cereal. I said you're going too hard out here in these Nintendo streets, man. But go ahead, Cherry Man. Tell me why you're excited about Kirby.
not all that. I'm not really. I don't really play Kirby games. I just want to see what this is all about. I mean, it's supposed to be the regular Kirby because that's that Kirby Star crap from the Wii U. Now I never played. I ain't like it, but this one it seemed like it's decent. It seemed like it's going to be pretty good.
Is it
Then
$60?
Sea of Thieves, I might
Is
look
it-
into it, but Sea of Thieves,
Is it $60 for Kirby? Is it a full $60?
Probably.
probably $49.99 or $59.99.
I don't know, bro.
Probably.
Those damn
But that Sea of
cartridges,
Thieves,
dude.
I want to see what Sea of Thieves is all about because that's a rare game.
Damn, it's not the same rare, though, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I respect your opinion, Cherry Man, but I can't get on the Kirby train, bro.
I hear you. I hear you. I mean, I'm not really always a Kirby. I wasn't. I just want to see what I might
You
take a
want to
look
play
at it.
Sea of Thieves too, huh? So
Yeah,
out of all the
it
games, on this list, Kirby and
A
Sea
Way
of
Out
Thieves.
looks good too. A Way Out looks good too. MLB The Show, which is on every other console, because I haven't played a baseball game in years.
No, the show's only on PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Far Cry. See, I don't know what's that game on the top. It's that Diablo, the one that's on the end, upper right.
I don't know. Agony is a new like horror kind of survival game, but Far Cry 5 looks kind of weird. I mean, it looks like a bunch of white supremacists.
I'm hyped for Far Cry
running
5
around.
though.
And Bravo Team. That's VR.
Yeah, Far Cry 5 looks good. Yeah, Bravo Team looks. We'll see. It's the first like dedicated, besides like Farpoint, like a Call of Duty kind of game for VR. We'll see how. VR games are iffy, man. It all depends. But we'll see.
I
about
got
that.
VR too.
Yeah, I got VR as well, but I've been disappointed by some of these games. I don't know if you guys saw my rant about the Impatient, but I was highly upset with that. I paid $40 for that. I beat it in less than 2 hours. But
It's not that.
no, it's not that good anyway. But it was less than 2 hours though. That shit fucking infuriated me. So what's your Scorpio? What's your opinion on your not your opinion, but your choices here for games of this of March?
Well, like from that list, 2 games stand out to me. The first is Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. That kind of pisses me off a little bit that they're doing like a Royal Edition of it because I brought the Ultimate Edition. I spent like £80 on it. Got all the like season pass for it, and then now it's like, oh, here's another version that's got even more stuff. It's like, you know, what I thought this was the complete version that I'd already brought.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like you're like, oh, this is the complete edition. It's like, oh, here's the complete edition. You know, or so how much the world edition?
I have no
Is it
idea how
$40?
much it is. I imagine a lot.
It better not be 60. I bet you it's $60. I don't know.
It's like 100.
Final Fantasy. Okay, what's your other game?
So yeah, so that pissed me off. But the one that I am looking forward to is Agony. Like for me, that's a must buy. It looks amazing.
That's day one for me.
Hey, so what is that? An RPG?
No, it's a. It's not really a survival horror. It's a weird kind of mixture. Scorpio. It's like
it's basically like an escape from hell. It seems, sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks fucking. I love like horror kind of scary games or like demonic stuff. As weird as that sounds.
I have to look it up.
But, yeah, that's a day one for me as well. And then probably the other one on this list for me. I'm honestly not too hyped for anything else in this list. A Way Out. I want to try Way Out. Sea of Thieves. I'm not looking forward to. Far Cry 5. I'll probably pick up just because I'm a Far Cry fan. Other than that, though, I mean, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, Devil May Cry HD Collection. I swear I already bought an HD Collection for Devil May Cry. I'm actually
is it going to be remastered and stuff?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I know I bought an HD Collection for the 360.
Right.
So,
I think Attack on Titan 2 could be good.
Yeah, it's a sleeper too.
Like the anime or the manga, because the first game was pretty good as far as I'm aware.
You know, I'm hearing a lot about people are talking about they're looking forward to Ni no Kuni. I have no idea what that game is.
No, I heard that one.
Ni no Kuni 2 for
what about
PS4 and PC.
Hey, yo, Cherry Man. Hey, man, what about Detective Pikachu?
Pikachu.
Yeah, it's for the 3DS.
Detective Pikachu.
Nah, not into the 3DS like that though.
Let me ask you now, for everybody in the audience here, we're kind of at the end of the show here, so now we're just going to talk about some random topics until everybody gets bored, and then I'll take some questions for anybody who wants to ask any questions. So as a Nintendo guy, Cherry Man, you're the biggest Nintendo fan in here by far.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. It seems kind of silly to me. Like they're releasing Detective Pikachu March 23rd.
Yeah.
Why are they still releasing games exclusively on the 3DS and not putting them on the Switch? Also considering how well the Switch is selling.
Why are they still? Oh my god! See, that's how much I don't pay attention to 3DS. Yeah, I can see it. Detective Pikachu. What the hell they should have put that on the damn Switch, man. They don't put that. They got a lot of games they put on the 3DS. Move it over to the Switch and cancel out that 3DS. But I heard that's what they're gonna give. They're not gonna. It's gonna be all Switch games on E3. It's not gonna be no 3DS, and I'm damn sure happy about it.
The thing is, though, is like they asked Reggie Fils-Aimé about it. He said that their plan is for these two to coexist. Apparently, they're gonna make another 3DS or another iteration of 3DS, whether it's I'm just gonna call it the 4DS. Let's say they're gonna release a new DS system and still make games for it. I'm like, why, man? Are people still buying that much? But my understanding, like they just released Pokemon Crystal. Right now, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. That's my generation. I'm a '90s kid, so I was around. I was a little kid when Pokemon cards were out, and Pokemon Yellow through Gold and Game Boy and Link Cable. So I'm a Pokemon fan, man. So I'm looking forward to Pokemon Stars, or they're going to call it the new Pokemon game for the Switch. That's going to sell a ton of units. But my question is, they just released Pokemon Crystal, right, for the 3DS, a remastered version of it. And I was just like, what the fuck? You know how many copies that would sell on the Switch? To people like me and other people, that would sell millions, man. A Pokemon Crystal remake for the Switch, you take on a go.
They recently made a new 3DS, they said that it would have exclusive games, but as far as I'm aware, it's only got like a few titles on it because not enough people brought it, so they just released games on the standard 3DS.
Yeah, they're few and far between, Scorpio, as far as release for 3. But they just, the 3DS did well for them, man. But your fucking main console is a hybrid console. It takes care of that on the go shit. So, and with how successful it's been, because no one can deny that the Switch has been hugely successful. So it's 15 million units plus, not even a year out in the market yet. That is phenomenal for any. That's the fastest selling console of any generation. And everything's moving like hotcakes for this thing. So why would you not just take all your eggs and put it in just the Switch basket? And that's the analogy I'm going to use for that. I would love to play some of these fucking games
Yeah.
on the Switch, but I don't know what the attachment to this 3DS is.
So,
I'm just asking you as a Nintendo guy, like why you think the reason
like
behind
they
that is.
compete with themselves. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
They're
what
like
it is. They're
competing
directly
with
competitive with
themselves.
themselves. Yeah,
Competing with themselves.
they got the handheld market on lock.
They need to just put it all in 3D Switch because it's a multi console. It's a handheld that then you put it in a dock and then you can play it at home.
I agree.
You just do it anyway.
I agree. But okay, that is. Anybody got any more topics they want to bring up? Anything you wanted to talk about? Anything new happening? Like I said, I put a few topics together, very brief topics, but so I don't want to keep you guys forever here. But anything you guys want to talk about? Any
Nope.
pressing
I can't
issues
think
on
of
your channels? I know Dirt always got something. What's the big problem, Dirt? What's your thoughts of the day on whatever?
I mean, nothing really. I mean, it's like a slow news week.
Yeah, it is slow. It is slow.
Yeah, slow news week. I'm just getting ready for March and April. You know, as an Xbox fan, I gotta admit, I'm very hyped for God of War. I know there's a few Xbox guys saying they're not hyped for it.
I can't believe you admitted that.
Hey man, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, listen. Before I mean, there's a few Xbox guys saying, "Nah, God of War." Now, hey man, the game looks good. I don't know why guys are not hyped for it, but I'm hyped for it. That's one of the reasons I got a PS4 Pro, dude. I'm kind of hyped for that game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I got PS4 Slim, but Sony's gonna get a lot of my money this year, man. With Spider-Man,
Yeah.
God of War. If they release Days Gone this year, that's a day one for me. Well, they got a couple other titles coming out too. Those are the main ones. But yeah, Sony's gonna get a lot of money. PSVR games. I've been buying PSVR games and shit. To be honest with you, Dirt, I'm not buying a lot of games on Xbox right now, man. I'm not. I'm buying a lot of Switch games and a lot of PlayStation games.
Yeah.
But I will
Yeah,
say,
I mean,
but let me.
yeah,
I want to address one more thing though. The whole Nintendo Switch thing. Now, everybody knows who watches my channel knows like I've been very critical of them. But this whole Bayonetta thing, man, has and you're gonna probably say I'm overhyping this still, Dirt. But I was playing this shit on the bus, right? Because I have a bus. I ride the bus downtown to work at a law firm I work at because I refuse to pay for parking. I'm riding the bus and I'm playing Bayonetta 1, and like a light is running through my head, right? I'm playing Bayonetta 2. The shit was so immersive on the bus. It makes the ride seem like 10 minutes. But I've been knocking on them for for the amount of ports coming to the Switch from the Wii U and these games, you know, like Donkey Kong coming out and Hyrule Warriors and stuff. I've been giving them flack for that shit. But if I didn't have the Switch right and they didn't bring this game over to the Switch, I would never ever play this game. And this game has become, it's honestly, I'm only 4 hours into it, but it's like one of my favorite games I've played in the past year and a half, 2 years. So if it wasn't for them bringing these games over, man, I would never experience this shit. So maybe the port thing isn't too bad, man, especially because a lot of people didn't get to play these games on the Wii U because nobody had the Wii U. So
What are you doing?
You know what, Wags? I have no problem with ports, man, because there are some games like Shadow of the Colossus.
yeah,
It came out in 05.
Yeah, I beat that too.
Yeah, that.
And like when the game came out, I wasn't interested at all. I don't want that crap. But I bought it, you know, this time, and the game is pretty good to me, man. So I don't have a problem with ports.
Yeah, so
As long as it's not a game that came out like 2 years ago, then that's maybe an issue.
yeah,
but
yeah, I agree with you. But that's another one though. Shadow of the Colossus. I played that, beat it. I had so much fun with it. I'm like, I can't believe I missed this game back on the PS2. But yeah, this whole port thing, man. Like especially Bayonetta made me realize maybe it's not that bad, man. Bring these ports here. I don't agree with $60 for a lot of them.
Right.
The price point is a little high for $60.
I
Not
agree with that.
Not with Bayonetta. It's 2 games in one. I'm talking about like the new Donkey Kong, Hyrule Warriors. Even though the DLC's included, it's still a 5-year-old game. So you know, maybe $40 tops. But it does give a lot of people a chance to experience this shit that who never would have played it before, me included. So that's really all the topics I have. Anything else anybody wants to add?
Nope.
Just wondering if you guys are going to go see next month Ready Player One, because that should be a good game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I would check it out. It looks It looks good. I guess,
It
but
looks
we'll
like it's
see.
going to have like so many gaming references and just film like pop culture references in there. It
Yeah,
looks
but,
really cool.
yeah, but it's not gonna be like that bullshit Adam Sandler movie, right?
Oh, Pixels.
Pixels,
He's talking
yeah.
about Pixels.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off.
No, yeah.
That
It'd
shit
be
was
nothing like
that
that.
shit was
Steven
that
Spielberg,
shit was so
so it
corny,
should be
man.
good.
Donkey Kong, I hate that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably go check out the Scorpio. I gotta see Black Panther first. I think I'm gonna see it this weekend actually. Hopefully it calms down a little bit and the theater's not fucking jam packed like it was before. Probably
Okay,
not.
my
though.
brother.
Yep.
Make sure you
Uganda,
go to
right?
Wakanda.
Is it Wakanda?
Have fun, my
Wakanda,
brother.
yeah. But okay, I think that's it. Evil Predator. What time is it right now, guys?
Eastern time is 9.
All right, so we'll take for anybody watching this still. I thank you if you made it to the end, or if you're watching this pre-recorded. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We'll talk about gaming. Go check these guys out. Chariot Man Gaming is the name of his channel. Check it out. Makes great content, mainly Nintendo related. We talked about other things too. Dirk Griggity, another guy. I've been following him for a year now. He talks a lot, all kind of gaming news. A lot of Xbox stuff. He talks about PS4 releases, all kind of stuff. Gives his general thoughts and opinions about things going on in the gaming industry, and is always entertaining and insightful. And then you got Scorpio, does not have a YouTube channel, but follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter? At Scorpio?
It's Scorpio 080. Sorry, Scorpio 0606 1988.
Yeah, follow him on Twitter, man. He puts out a lot of good stuff on Twitter there, like references and just all kind of crazy shit. But I will put the description, the channel links to these guys in the description after the video is over. And that's it. So now I'll open up briefly just for any questions. Anybody still watching this? Any questions anybody has to ask anybody on the panel or me? We'll give that about 2 minutes. See if anybody has any questions, and then we'll end it. Oh boy. So now it's awkward silence because I said 2 minutes.
Why? Rodriguez is not here no more. Mario,
Okay.
thanks.
I don't think he's talking to us. He's over there securing the building.
Yeah, he's securing the premises.
Oh, he works during the week. Yeah, Rodriguez.
You were
He always
probably- Any next gen predictions?
Next gen.
Any next gen predictions? Predator. I'll let you take that first.
Well,
I think he's asking like what
is he talking about like the years or?
I think what he's saying is like what do you think is going to be like the future of the generations? Like is Xbox, is PS4 going to come out with another console? Is there going to be a next gen as far as like PS5 and a new Xbox, or are they going to go the way of streaming across the board? And if physical media being a thing in the past, I think that's what he's asking.
Just my personal opinion, I think it's going to be a little bit of everything you said. I think it's going to be a box that can stream, also still play physical games. Is my opinion. I think that's the future. Everything is moving.
I don't think next gen they're going to do it with physical media. I think the gen after that is going to be
I don't think next like gen's going to only be streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that might be more.
It's gonna be heavy on the streaming. Yeah, more so. Like you might start seeing games not released physically. More games not released physically and just having a digital copy. You're gonna see that in the future here, and eventually, sad as to say, because I am a primarily physical guy. I lot my stuff physical. It's going to be hard for a lot of people to adjust to, but I do see it just makes sense from a business standpoint, the way that technology is heading now, that eventually all games will be online. You'll download them online to your hard drive or stream whatever they're going to do. It's already evident in the way of music. Look at Best Buy not selling CDs anymore. People are streaming on apps like Pandora and Spotify and things like that.
Right.
They're not really buying records anymore. If they do buy albums, they're through iTunes and things like that. So we're definitely getting to the 2018 now. We're definitely getting to an era of less physical contact. Now some people will combat that and say that record sales are up. Like old vinyl records, record sales are doing the best they've done in years. Yeah, but that is more of a nostalgia thing. I'm willing to bet that 90% of the people who buy records don't play them. It's just
98%.
Yeah, it's just a collection thing. You know, because the covers for those were cool back then, and you know, those go for a lot of money, like an old school, like, I don't know, like a Jimi Hendrix record and shit like that. You know, so I do believe that we're getting to a point here, probably in the next 10 years or so, where I'm gonna say in the next 10 years, physical media will be almost for games will be pretty much dying out. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
You know,
10 years.
yeah, and you know, like one thing that's some I don't think we realize it because we're living in the present. We're living now, but by me being a little bit older than you guys, I remember in the '80s, what would the 2000s be like? And we're sitting here in 2018. Sometimes it blows me away to think about that. But if I would have told 12-year-old Dirk Griggity what would be happening, you know what I'm saying? Like playing the game online and, you know, talking to somebody on their phone using FaceTime, that stuff would have blown me away.
Oh yeah.
I think, you know, we're living in the present, obviously, but 20 years ago, this is the future. So
Yeah, I agree.
Realize this.
I agree with you, Dirk. I don't think people have realized how far we've come in such a short amount of time.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said, I'm 26, so I was born in '91, so like I said, I'm a little younger than you, Dirk. But like my first console,
I was in the 10th grade.
my first console that I remember having and owned and bought for me was Super Nintendo. I played the first Nintendo a lot.
The best Nintendo.
My dad had it. But my first true console for me in my bedroom was a Super Nintendo, so I have a special attachment to that system. But I know, like you probably remember the Atari and the ColecoVision and shit like that. But
Atari 2600 is my first console, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's a different. So yeah, so to you, it's like, you know, even more so. You're like,
that's
crazy. But I remember, I'm young. I'm old enough to remember, dial-up internet and Napster. And having
Napster, oh my god,
yeah, Napster,
I forgot about Napster.
You know, all that. You know, my dad had a pager. I'm old enough to remember all that shit, but
me. I think my first console was Nintendo Entertainment System, but I've seen the Ataris. I've seen, you know, my other cousins had that Ataris and all that other stuff. I've seen that before, and the Sega Master System and all that.
Yeah,
I
had a Sega.
I had a Master System.
I had a Genesis.
I had a Master System. I was a Sega.
But yeah, it's come a long way, man. You think about it, it has been that long, especially like with cell phones too. Because I remember I didn't get a cell phone until I was 17, which was what? That was
a flip phone. That was a flip phone.
I had a little cheap ass Verizon flip phone. I thought it was the cheapest. Actually, no. My first phone was this little it was like the little Nokia that wasn't even flip. It just had a keypad in the front. The goddamn the throwaway phones, you know. But that was my first one. It had like the little green lit background. You're like, this is the shit. You can call anybody. Because I remember my dad had that big ass nuclear holocaust phone. That you know, like that big brick that you had to carry around. Yeah, he thought he was the shit with that. And he was back then, you know, like people, you had them on you, like people like, oh, he got a little bit of dough on him. Huh? He's doing okay in life. Because back then, a cell phone wasn't custom. If you had a cell phone, it was like, oh, he must be doing pretty well for himself. You know, everybody had pagers and shit. And then you would get paged, had to find a goddamn payphone somewhere to hit him back up.
Hey man, I was trying to tell my daughters the concept of a pager.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, yeah, so if someone pays you, then you have to find a phone. I mean, they couldn't understand that shit. It's like, man, this is what? Yeah, it's funny.
Well, how old are your daughters?
I got 4 girls. I got 19. How old are you? 18, 13, and 8. I got 4 girls.
Yeah. So 13. Yeah. Like so since they've been alive, cell phones have been a thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to explain to somebody who, never like. I would love to see, like, you know, you should. I wish they had like a trial thing, like your one daughter who's 18. I wish you could like bring up Napster for her, like, have fun downloading some songs. It'll take you 6 days. It'll take you 6 days to download an album. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Hey, man. Dial-up internet, right? I remember trying to look at porn on that thing. It would take the picture. Because obviously there was no video back then. It would take a picture like 5 minutes to load up, dude. I was like, oh man, forget it.
You remember you'd be downloading the song, it'd be like 98%, and someone call you, it's like, no!
They didn't stop.
It cuts out, and then it wouldn't reconnect. Fuck! Yeah, Aubrey, that shit was. You You remember them days though, man? Like when I was in like middle school, we had the house phone and shit. You know, talking to a girl in the house phone, and then your mom picked up the phone, because it was all connected to one line.
Hell yeah.
You have your siblings on the
Put
phone
your ass to bed.
making fun of you and shit. Yeah, that shit was
Hell yeah.
different time. Anyway, taking up your guys' time. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. You know, you guys are all busy. Scorpio, it's late as hell. Where he's at? He's in the UK or Britain, or where you at, Scorpio?
Yeah, England.
England, yeah. So I know it's late as hell over there. You got Cherry Man at work. You know, Dirk Riggedy is at home. He's chilling in Michigan. It's late for him too, but I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you so much. I'm really honored you guys stopped by and hung out with me and talk to the people. I love getting your perspective on these topics. And just thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, man.
But that is
Thanks
it,
for
guys.
everyone.
Like I said again, for everybody who's watching this live and for people who watch this pre-recorded, thank you so much for tuning in. It's really appreciate it. YouTube is a big place, and the fact that you took time out of your day to watch this video, especially if you're hearing this till the end, it's truly heartwarming and it means a lot to us. But that's it for this time, guys. Enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Talk to you guys next time. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
And